And welcome back, everyone, to What If Deku Was Force Sensitive. Last time on the My Hero What If, Deku managed to beat Bakugo in the finals of the sports festival, being the #1 winner, and Bakugo is just fuming right now. But that being said, we move past that now. We'll move after the fact. Now, first off, we have the selecting of their hero names. Now, Deku, obviously, in the original, and most of these, usually would have a variation on the word Deku. To the point, and Deku still has the nickname Deku because he never really demonstrated he had the force around Bakugo, even though he wanted to show Bakugo that, wait, I'm not useless, I can do stuff. Here, though, I don't think Deku would choose the same name. At least not on its own, and even if it wasn't on its own, it wouldn't be straight Deku. It wouldn't be like Deku Raijin like it was previously with his lightning-based quirk with the Goro Goro no Mi. It would be something Jedi, or maybe he would just take the name of Jedi, like to help bring back the Jedi or something like that. Or he could just say Deku the Jedi hero. Something along those lines. Something utilizing the Force. I don't know. I didn't think this part through, but give me some ideas of what you would do for a creative name. But obviously, my Obi-Wan calls up Deku. I saw you do well at the sports festival. Good job, Deku. I was like, thanks, Master. Oh, so I'm told you. I can't remember if it's an internship or a work study. I know it's one comes first, and then the overhaul stuff is the second one. I can never remember which is which. But I had tell me, have you had any prospects yet? Not yet. Actually, I was wondering if I could do it with you. Oh, I wish. Unfortunately, I'm no longer a hero, Deku. But never fret. Never fret. I'm sure you'll find someone. All right. Don't feel so glum, Deku. To be honest, it's important for you to seek knowledge from outside sources. Otherwise, you'll stagnate in terms of your potential. I was like, oh yeah, that's true. Now get out there. Now, a lot of people gave the question of not a lot of people, but some people did raise up the question of, would Deku have other suitors isn't the right term, but I guess in this case, well, have other people interested in him because he did demonstrate more of his abilities. He did demonstrate his ability with the Force, a good keen mind, but he also did demonstrate the fact that he nearly broke himself in One for All. So it's difficult, although there might be a few. I have a feeling All Might would let him know that Gran Torino is interested, that he saw the match and that he wants to see how he's going to fare. And so Deku would ultimately go and meet up with Gran Torino, which he ultimately finds. It's like, oh my God! It's like, eh? What happened? Oh, stupid me for carrying sausages. They covered in ketchup that way. Yeah, are you Gran Torino? What's that? Speak up. Well, no, Gran Torino. Oh, I said, what? Toshinori? Oh, man, this guy's no good. This guy's just a loss. I'll just be good. Show me your One for All. Huh? He's suddenly changed. It's like, nah. I'm told you've actually gotten pretty good with it, all things considered. So show me what you got. Look, I don't want to really cause a problem here, so I'm just gonna leave now. And then obviously, boom, 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 I'll say it one more time. Come at me, you neophyte. And all right, fine. And obviously, Deku gets his full cowling, which is roughly around 8%. So, and he does immediately go toe-to-toe, or tries to go toe-to-toe with Gran Torino. The problem is, even when Deku was at 5%, Gran Torino was honestly whooping his ass. He has decades more experience under his belt, and even then, he still honestly seems to move a lot faster than Deku does at that point. I'd say as Deku got stronger with full cowling, he surpassed Gran Torino, and obviously then you had something like Gear Shift into the equation. But at that time, oh no, he was still whooping Deku's ass. Except for the one time Deku nearly caught him off guard. He didn't whoop Gran Torino's ass, but he did end up cutting his cheek. It's been a long time since I had to dodge. So he still ended up whooping 5% Deku's ass. Here, Deku fares a little bit better. And but ultimately he's still on the losing side of that training. But Gran Torino does point out to Deku, I'm told you have another ability from Obi-Wan. Is that correct? You know Obi-Wan? Oh, yeah. Me and Obi-Wan used to run back in the day together. Of course, I was never I'm not force sensitive like he is, but that didn't stop him from becoming quite the accomplished hero. It's like, you know about the Jedi, too? Yeah, that's right. I remember the Jedi pretty well, although there weren't as many of them when because I'd imagine Obi-Wan, actually, how old is Gran Torino? Because Ben is old Ben. Obi-Wan, by the time, because we're looking at, let's say, Alec Guinness era New Hope. Let's see, Gran Torino. Torino, my hero. There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to do the math here, because Obi-Wan was roughly speaking in his early 40s by the end of, or I think he's like late 30s, early 40s. By the end of the Revenge of the Sith, and then there's about a 10-year gap. Actually, no, there's about a 20-some-odd-year gap between that and New Hope, because we can gauge that by how old Luke is. And Luke is like his early 20s, if I remember correctly. I think he's supposed to be in his early 20s. Let's see here. They give a birthday. They don't give an age. I find... he's apparently shrunk from 6'7" to 3'11", so figure that out. Let me see here. How old is he? I mean, why don't just ask the question of how old is Gran Torino? How old is? All right, so. Okay, they never say his exact age, but he's believed to be in his mid-60s or older, which does put him legitimately in the same ballpark as Obi-Wan. He might be a little bit older than Obi-Wan, but still, he's right around there. He's like, oh yeah, I remember. Of course, by the time, they were already starting to dwindle by the time I started being a hero, but still, I remember them. They were powerful. They were powerful individuals indeed. And they fought valiantly, and most of them lost their lives in the battle against the villains, especially the Sith. But in the end, it all worked out. In the end, they were able to protect and preserve the peace of this world. And it's a shame that their legacy has fallen in such disarray as it is now. So show me what is so. We've seen what you can do with your one for all. Now show me what you can do with your quirk and one for all. It's like, all right, and with the Force and one for all. And Deku's like, all right, and just again he gets one for all already, but now it's amping him, but he's keeping his mind calm. Let's do this, and he's amplifying himself with the Force, which now puts Gran Torino a lot more on like on the back, like he's a lot faster now. And all of a sudden, Gran Torino tries to move, and Deku manages to catch him. Just, got you. It's like, you sure about that, huh? And because Gran Torino's quirk works by him taking in air and shooting it out of his legs, so he just does it again. It's like, I lost. Oh, and just gets hit in the face. Oh. Deku's able to dodge again, though. I see. Pretty impressive, all things. All right, that's enough. Pretty impressive, all things considered. But we're gonna have to work on that, and that's what happens through this period in the story. Now, obviously, we would catch up later on with him and Gran Torino going out in the town to maybe fight some low-level thugs or whatever, or bad guys. Obviously, then the Nomu's attack, and Deku goes looking for Ida. Deku, though, would obviously fight Ida, having a more powerful one-for-all. Actually, the train probably bumps him up maybe version on 10% now. So he's slowly climbing up the one-for-all ranks. Because he's getting more and more... His body's just getting more and more used to it. And, he comes in, so he just, boom, smacks Stain right in the face. It's like, get out of here! This has nothing to do with you. And Deku's like, there's a lot I want to say to you right now, Ida. For right now, I'm not going to leave you. Because what kind of hero would I be if I left you here? Stain's like, oh, that's good. And obviously he comes in. Deku's just ready. Stain throws a knife, but Deku catches it and just throws it back. It's like, what kind of quirk? Telekinetic quirk? He's moving things without even touching them. And Deku just comes in, rushes in. Boom! Cracks Stain. Kind of actually almost cracks one of his ribs. Just, but again, he manages to get Deku. All right, now I can't move. You've got possibilities. And so Deku's like, I can't move, damn it, but I can't let him get Ida. And so Deku's just sitting, lying on the ground, but he's like, relax, relax, and like, breathe, feel it for him, and obviously he's about to go for Ida until what? It's like, what can I? And I was like, I'm not letting you hurt Ida. And he just gets he just gets flown back, like he can even jerk his head just a little bit. He's able to use his quirk even without using his hand. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to get that kid unless I take this kid out. But and he just sees the look in his eyes, like that's the look of a hero, someone who's protecting others. It's like, you're really pushing your luck here, kid. And that's when Shoto comes in, helps out, and obviously Deku gets released, and then obviously Ida gets released as well, and then they put him down. The Nomu tries to grabs Deku, but Deku is still able to kind of like get out of there, just like force pushes up, is able to kind of slow his descent, gets back on the ground. Deku's and then obviously Stain shows up. Thanks, all of you. There's only one who's worthy. All Might is worthy. And then he had a puncture lung and he just passed out. And meanwhile, Deku's helping them recover from their injuries a little bit with force healing, which is also improved a little bit. But they get their scolding, and then we move into the finals, which obviously has Deku and Bakugo working together. And Deku's just like, look, this is All Might. Look, we need to be careful here. And just like, just shut up. It's like, dude, seriously, this is seriously, we can't just, and he just boom smacks Deku as he does before. Deku, though, with a little bit of precognition and sensory capabilities, is able to. I started on a job. You idiot! This is why we can't ever get these done. Why can't we? Or I can't remember what exactly was. This is why we never get along. It's like, all right then, and here I come. It's like, boom, crashes down. It's like, And he just puts Midoriya in that metal grating, or metal fence. It's like crap. It's like, it should keep you down there for a while, even if you use your max power, still keep you there for a while, Midoriya. Now then, Bakugo. And then obviously Midoriya's just like, gotta get up. He's like, damn it. Using the force, just like, damn it, this is All Might. He really stuck this in here. Finally, though, he's able to get it out, and actually throws it out All Might with the force. As he's about to as he's beating on Bakugo. It's like, is that the best you can? And Deku just literally with both hands, just almost like Kamehameha style, just boom! He just gets hit into a building. Not enough force to put All Might down, God no, but enough to just kind of rattle him a bit. They hit me in the gut. Briefly knocked the wind out of me there, Midoriya. Not bad at all. I was like, Bakugo, we gotta get in this. Like, just shut up. I was like, I've got this. You. It's like, are you sure about that? And Midoriya just kind of jumps up in the air, and you want to go toe to toe, young Midoriya? Fine. Not really the best you can do. And obviously, Bakugo blasts him in the face. And then Deku, using his actual intelligence, uses the force to kind of raise up a dust storm, clever tactic, but they're gonna have to do better than that. And then obviously they have their conversation. It's like, look, we can't do it on our own. It's like, shut up, okay? I hate myself for just this. You understand? And then so Bakugo and Deku finally work together. Bakugo has obviously got his grenade. We call it grenade. I mean, it's a grenade, bomb, blast, or whatever. He's got his gear on him, and Deku comes to mind, blasts All Might point blank, and he's like, that's not going to put down for long. You're right about that. And then, he uses his smashes to basically fly towards them, nearly breaking Deku's back, because remember, that's how that kind of works. And obviously Bakugo is like, get out of here, loser. And then obviously he's about to sacrifice himself. As long as you have no regrets, Bakugo. And there, obviously, Deku just actually grabs his fist with the force, like, sorry, All Might. Boom! Like, he literally, like, slingshots himself towards All Might. Wing. Boom! And so he gets Bakugo out of there, and so they're good. And obviously, Recovery Girl heals them up. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Then we have so they go to the mall, celebrate, and Shigaraki is like, hey, you're that kid who won the sports festival. Oh man, you're so cool. The way that you use the way you use your quirk, and then how you were able to just zoom around like that. I mean, it's been a while since we talked to each other, isn't it? And so I was like, I put one more finger on your throat and you're done. So let's go have some tea and talk. So they have their conversation. Again, Deku is definitely feeling fear. He's feeling anxiety with this guy. And it's just unsettling what he's feeling with this individual. And so eventually, though, they reach the decision. Like, I see. All Might's the problem. All right. And so he walks out. They go on their training mission. Deku was able to rip through the woods without any issue. Koda still punches him in the nads. You were a little shit, Koda. Sorry. Any kid does that on purpose for the explicit. It's one thing. That's what I was trying to say. If a kid, like a 5, 6, 7-year-old does it, and just as a joke without realizing how badly that hurts, because maybe they've never had that happen. However, if a kid knows how much that hurts, I don't care what age you are, and does it anyway, you might be getting a little bit of a, depending on your age, you're either getting a, whoops, like a little, I'd say, oh, are you sorry? I'm sorry. That must hurt. Or if you're old enough, you're getting a straight out, like, scruff of the back of the neck. It's like, really? Just boom, and you just get landed on a fence post. Just like, ah! It's like, yeah, not fun, is it? So should you have done that? Oh, yes. Let's go for 2. Do you want to have kids someday? Please, by all means. I'm not saying I'd actually do that to someone's kid, but I'm not saying I wouldn't do something. Anyway. So they're working on their course. This means Deku probably is actually getting all the way up to about, granted, he was at 5% in the Stain arc. He didn't get to the 8% until after the provisional license exam. But he's had extra training here, and he has the force to help acclimate his body a little bit better. So I could see him very slowly creeping up to single digits again. So he's probably like at 11 or 12% by the end of this training. But more than the point, Deku's also working on his force abilities. And one thing in particular he's probably working on is the idea of, because he's trying to use the force peacefully. He is. Like, he doesn't want to, like, he's already had a glimpse of the dark side. He's definitely worried about it, but he doesn't want to. But he's also aware that, the things that bring you to the dark side, fear, anger, passion, all those things, those are things that are still part of him. Like, he's trying to, like, he's actually, a lot of this is like internal meditation and conflict, and obviously training with the force, telekinesis, all of his base abilities. But like, he's just like, to be able to do that, I can't just give up on my dreams and my passions. It's like, so, like, he's having an internal conflict with himself, almost Samurai Jack style. It's like, so what will you do then, Midoriya? It's like, Midoriya. And it's like, the light side, and you must not bend to the dark side. But I can't just ignore my feelings to help people and all that. And so the night comes where the villains attack. Obviously, Muscular attacks Koda. Koda, instead of getting, Deku grabbing him or whatever, that pulls him away with the force as Deku's just there. His Kyber crystal is glowing. Not glowing, but his Kyber crystal glistens in the light. And say, I'm not gonna let you hurt. And say, oh, you're one of the hero kids, huh? And Deku immediately goes to 12%. Just starts to try to blitz him, but he's just not getting anywhere. Is this really all you could do? Please. And Deku's able to grab himself as Muscular comes in. He's able to dodge, and then it stops his visit. Huh? It's like there's some sort of barrier here. What? I'm not gonna let you hurt Koda. Oh, I don't think you really have a choice, kid. And it's just slowly going through his barrier, slow, but every time he punches, it gets a little closer. Just, I said I won't let. And Deku finally just has to go 100%, shatters his arms. Unfortunately, Muscular just isn't able to go down from those initial hits. It's like, damn it, how strong is this guy? And now, just as before, he's feeling the fear and the panic. It's like the desperation. What's where you look scared, kid? You should be. And Deku just, it's like, I'm not letting you hurt him. He's letting his emotions get the better of him again. He's, what the? Put me down. Gladly. And just throws him off. Ah! They hear the crashing and the stones. Are you okay? And Kota can see his eyes are kind of starting to. And once again, Deku can feel it, that feeling of anger and the rage, like the power it's giving, but also like it's like, no, this isn't right. But I can't. This is right. I gotta calm down. He's like talking to himself while he's like, "Come on, this ain't no time to be calm, kid." And you just see Muscular just launch himself up from the gun. That was pretty interesting. Let's see what else you got. Just brings his fist down. Just. And Deku's just getting overwhelmed, and just I won't. And he starts to try to choke. You gonna? Even Muscular's like, interesting. Unfortunately, my neck's too thick for that kid. And Deku is now just completely on the back foot at this point, just being overwhelmed, and just can feel the time. And like there's like a voice to say, it'll give you enough power, just do it. And say, I gotta protect Kota. And he's kind of like had this moment of just like pausing in his head, just like, let the dark side, if I go to the dark side, it will, I can feel it. There will be enough power to beat him, but what cost? It's like, what cost? The light side, the dark side, and he's just got the echoes of his mentors in his head. The dark side is a pathway to abilities many would deem unnatural, Midoriya. Is it stronger? No, just easier. And so, and then obviously he's like, you must be wary of the dark side, Midoriya. Your passion, it makes you the passion and heart you have makes you is the makings of a great hero, but it is also what can lead you down the wrong path. But I need these emotions. It's like, and Deku finally just has this clarity moment. It's like, these emotions aren't bad. These emotions aren't like he's also got one for all. Like he's struggling against Muscular. He's just blank to the world. These emotions aren't bad. These emotions aren't good. They're just a part of me. They're a part of all of us. There's always going to be dark, and there will always I think you'd probably say there's always going to be darkness in us, but there's always going to be light to balance the dark. That's who I choose. And he just in his head like, that's who I choose to be. And all of a sudden, like he just has this like newfound connection to the one. Like, hey, what the? His Muscular's arms gets and just. And this time he's in midair, and Midoriya is just looking on. His crystal is finally responding to him, like his channel, the force, and it turns purple. I think Midoriya, because those emotions are always with Midoriya in the series, so I think it's important to represent the fact that he's someone who had, and he did go down a darker path for a little bit, not like super dark, but dark for him. So I think it's important to represent balance with Midoriya, and I think that's just what it is. Someone who's going to have to walk the line between dark and light, emotion and control. But meanwhile, it's like his arm's busted. Even with force healing, it's like it's not going to heal up immediately. He just doesn't have that skill. It's like, what the? And he just kind of not crushes, but hold Muscular and starts slowly crushing. I told you once, and all of a sudden he's got one more charge up. Except now there's a bit of force lightning in there too. Like he's channeling force lightning into his hand, and he just. But he's keeping that balance. He's not crushing it. He's keeping him confined, but he's not crushing him. It's like, what are you? I'm Deku of the Jedi, and I'm Deku. And I am a Jedi. Force lightning, all one for all punches. Muscular just boom. Luckily, he doesn't kill him. Now, Midoriya is still going to be completely out of whack for the rest of it, like out of, let's call it service. Out of service for the rest of this arc. Yeah, he brings Kota down. His arms are shattered. He could still use the force, like he augment his legs. He's slow, but he's honestly one of the big things he's doing is focusing all of his force abilities, onto healing his arms. So they're like slowly mending up. It would take him hours, if not days, to heal his arms up completely. Either way, the Baku's still going to get captured. You're still going to get the rescue mission for him and All Might and All for One's reunion. And then All Might basically, retires. Now, this will end with Deku talking with Obi-Wan, drinking tea. He's like, I see. So, this is the path you've chosen, young Midoriya. And Obi-Wan's like, I cannot. And it's like, yeah, I can't. My emotions, they're strong. I can't ignore who I am. To the ideologies of the Jedi. I am, because I'm not just the Jedi. I am also going to be a hero, and my emotions are what may lean me towards the dark side, but they also are what make me strong. And as long as I can control them with the light, I will never back down from who I am. So, I can't say I fully approve of your choice, Midoriya, but I see the heart of a true hero, and still enough, a true Jedi. You're becoming a much wiser man than me indeed, Midoriya. I see also your Kyber crystal. It's finally gained its color. It's like, yeah. I was actually going to go to the support class, and asked if they could help me build a lesson. Oh, no, Midoriya, you don't have to do that. What? You see, that is one of the training. Obi-Wan actually has this like look and say, "I've been hoping for this moment," and he brings out everything you would need to make a lightsaber. It's like, you see, that is what the Padawan have always done. That is part of the Jedi training. You must make your own lightsaber, Midoriya. It's like, my own. Oh, okay. And then so Midoriya creates his lightsaber, which, from an appearance standpoint, to end things off with, I would say looks. What would Midoriya's lightsaber look like? I would not go with Anakin's or Obi-Wan's or Luke's. I mean, I like Obi-Wan's, but like original, and Qui-Gon's is kind of fun. I've never really liked Qui-Gon's. You know what it is? Think Yoda's Shoto saber, but a longer version of it. I think that's what it is. And so Midoriya now has this purple lightsaber. It'll be added to his kit. So that's the end of part 4. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.